Okay, this is the piece of a Coastal Plains chert that I was working on in the direct percussion on Coastal Plains chert. I think I had a couple parts. For some reason, my GoPro is when I use the GoPro, it films in shorter segments. It keeps recording, but it divides them up when it goes in there, and I try to download it out of there. It's in different parts. But anyways, I'm just going to film this with my iPhone. It's been doing okay, it seems like. This light is a little bit much, but I think we'll be okay. So here's what we got. So it looks like we took our thinning flakes off this side and off here. I need to get probably one more right here on up towards the tip. The base is still pretty squared off. I got a square edge there, and what's left of the cone where the spall was taken. So I'll probably work this off here. That'll shorten it up a little bit. I'll bring the sides in up here, and I'd like to make a Thebes, like try to make a dog leg Thebes out of this, but I'm not sure how. I'm not sure if it'll be wide enough by the time I get it worked down. Okay, so I'll go ahead and take this flake here first, and then I'll probably go ahead and work on the base, get it thinned out, and then come back and bevel our edges back to the other sides and get the side that the opposite side that from where we took our thinning flakes. Need this. This. Just lowering this edge a little bit. So we got our pretty nice steep bevel on there that lowered the platform. So now I'll take a whack at it. I think I'll use some soft leather support here. I'm going to try to take a little bit thicker flake, so we want our crack to initiate up a little bit higher on the edge. Give it a couple taps, let's see how it feels. Okay, that's perfect. Exactly what we wanted. Okay, so I'll go ahead and take my pressure flaker and blend in a little bit. Just blend this in. Pressure flaker needs a little touch up. I just got through making this pressure, flaking this little knife blade. make a little neck knife. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and bevel this edge back up to the other side. What I usually do is just take when I'm trying to make a continuous platform, I'll just take one set of flakes, and then I'll take my abrader and abrade down from you can see the jaggedness here. You can usually tell pretty easy by looking at one side which side you flaked if you get confused. So I'm just going to rake across those on a little bit of an angle. I'm not really going straight up and down. I'm coming across it like this. That'll help remove a little bit more material and give you that bevel. It'll give you that bevel just about every time. So don't look bad. We're good in here. We're good in here. But right here looks a little bit low to me. So no big deal. We'll just take our pressure flaker. Come across it again, being sure to keep our bevel the right angle on there for our platform. If I just went straight down right here, it would end up being too rounded. So I need to send these flakes in just a little bit. Nice, clean, crisp snap. That's what we want. Okay, right down again. We'll take our finer abrader and just give it one of those. A lot of times I'll use my pressure flaker. This thing's got a piece of I'm not sure how big that copper is, probably like 3/16, maybe. Anyways, it's this is twisted hardened copper, and the piece in there I took and drilled out more of my handle so I can use these copper rods, and they're longer. They go back in here farther, so you've got a little more weight, and it's kind of weight forward. So this actually works really good if you're just taking a quick flake, or not a quick flake, but you know, something you're not trying to save the world with. Just took a little one there at the tip. Let me just see. Yeah, that'll work. Whoa, too much. Okay. So that was a good thinning flake. So I'll come right next to it here and just take a small one. Kind of ran down into that last flake scar and stepped a little bit. Probably pop that off there. I should have used my pressure flaker to move it over. I'm going to come just to this side of this ridge because there's a lot of thickness right here and here. right in here. So I'm going to take a couple little, maybe just one good flake there. That'll really isolate that platform. Okay. I'm going to use some soft leather support. The flake come off there in a couple different pieces, and it almost overshot. That platform was a little bit too bold, I think. A little bit too isolated. Took too much. So let's not do that again. Maybe this one will do a little bit better. I probably should have let that last one come off in the air, maybe. Yeah, that one did a lot better. Okay, so I'll come right here and take a small one, move over a little bit, take a good one. Take another one there and one more right there. And why not? All right. So that really helped thin it out. So let's go ahead and get this weight off the bottom. This a little bit thick down here, so I don't want to end snap it. As soon as you start feeling that weight, you got to get rid of that. So, see if I can pressure flake what's left of this bulb of percussion out of here. Might be able to pop it out of there now. There it went. If you guys have any questions about anything, or you're not sure about something I'm trying to show you, go ahead and ask me and leave me a comment, and maybe if I can't physically do it, I can still explain how to do it with words. Really looking forward to getting into the Abo tools. Pretty excited about it. I wanted to learn how the rock breaks before I started in on the Abo stuff. Some people say it's better to start with the Abo, and that way you don't have to make that transition with the different edges and platforms and tools and stuff. The little bit I've messed around with antler and taken a few flakes with antler billet, and even the pressure flaking, if your edges are right, it seems like it works better. It seems like the flakes go farther with the antler, and they're thinner maybe. I know if you use the buffalo horn, the flakes are even thinner, and then the wood, I think you get even thinner flakes, if that's what you're looking for, or if that's what you're trying to do, you know. So I guess the softer the percussor, the thinner the flakes, I guess you could say. In general, maybe. All right. Getting a little ridiculous. I'm pretty close. I'm going to just go ahead and bevel this thing all the way up, and I'll take a few little flakes here and then turn it over. The majority of the mass I need to remove looks like it's over on this side. At the same time, I'd like to be able to leave a little bit of that color in there, but I don't think I'm going to be able to. Just trying to thin that platform up a little bit. That thing was way too stout. You hit something like that on the end, that's it. Show's over. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and bevel this side, or this edge, up to this face. We'll take one more row of thinning flakes and we'll start shaping this thing and get it worked into something. If you guys watch my Adina video, you know that I can be a little bit indecisive. I think I changed my mind about 14 times what I was going to make in that video. But yeah, for real though, let me know, let me know how long you've been napping, and if something I've done has helped you out, or if you're having trouble with something, let me know what it is, and maybe I can help. That's why I'm doing this. Just here to help. It's definitely the hardest thing I've ever had to learn to do. Not that I had to learn to do it, but it's definitely not easy. It takes a lot of time. But with some of this stuff, maybe, I did a lot of the legwork on watching videos and trial and error. Worked with a lot of different tools so far. That's a lot of the fun in it for me, is working with different tools and trying to see how the rock reacts to different things. And when you get into Avo, that gets really crazy, because there's all kind of natural tools that you can play around with. Still just trying to move this edge up. Okay, that should do it. I think I'll start. I think I'll start right there. Oop, sorry about that. You gotta be careful with these aggressive abraders when it starts getting thin, because man, you'll eat your width up in no time. I've heard people say that you lose more width using the abraders and the silicon carbide and stuff, and I've heard people say the other way around, that it'll help you conserve width. So who knows? From my experience, I'm better off to use my pressure flaker when I'm turning the edges, rather than just using the aggressive abrader. That wasn't worth a hoot. A hootenanny. Okay. Okay. Take another one. Actually, I'll take a little short flake there just to get me over lined up into that mass a little bit more. I'm not really going to isolate it because I don't think I need to. Getting ready to lose our color. Try to get one right down through there. So help thin our base out too. Hopefully. Yeah. Very nice, very nice. Might be able to squeeze one more in there. Looks pretty inviting. If I can do it without rolling the end off of it. If I'm right on the corner here, a lot of times I'll kind of try to angle my flake up into towards the tip of the piece just a little bit, so you're not flaking straight across the bottom. If so, a lot of times the one side of the flake will roll over and it'll cut the whole end of your point off. Yeah, we're all right. I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying to get better at staying in the frame and everything. What I really need to figure out is the whole editing thing. I've got a couple apps on my phone, but having issues. It's nice just to be able to film on your phone and then, just download it straight to YouTube out of your gallery. It's the easiest way to do it, I've found. So I'm just going to go around this thing and try to get our edge right at center line. Just try to kind of regularize the edge and also regularizing the contours on the surface. See, like I just flaked all the way up and down this side here. Now I'll flip it over, and anything that's not normal on this side, like right in here, I'll get rid of that thick area after I braid it just a little bit. This tip's kind of twisting, so I'm just going to start right here and take some flakes. this thing back out a little bit. There was a little step right there. That's why I chipped down away from that. You'll notice I'm not abrading any of it. I'm just kind of trying to pick out places on the edge that look stout enough that'll support a flake. I'll go ahead and try to thin this base just a little bit more. And then I'll go ahead and try to notch this thing, and then I'll just put a recurved blade on here. I'll bevel it kind of hard. I definitely want to try to get those notches up in there. I've put some good thinning flakes up from the base, so that's got it flattened out quite a bit, but it still needs a little bit more. The side over here looks pretty good, actually. It's really not too bad. It feels like I might be able to get through it, especially punch notching. Just sent a couple up in there like it. I keep working my way out of the frame. I'm sorry about that. All right. Almost there. Round it out for corners. Trying to find my pencil. Oh well. Let's see. I'll go ahead and try to get these started here with just a horseshoe nail. So they're going to come in just above the corner here and just kind of come in and then whoop, turn up. I should maybe add, I've never done a real dog leg notch. Well, I kind of did a couple on a piece, but this is some pretty good material, so maybe I can punch them out pretty easy. I'm not too worried about going in real narrow or anything. Okay, leave that one like that. Started this notch a little bit lower than I should have, but it won't matter because after I finish out this base and stuff, I can blend it all in. I couldn't find my pencil. Usually I put a straight line across there, and that would have saved me from doing that. I'm just going to take my braider and just kind of round that off there. Take this side in a little bit too. These horseshoe nails work really good for getting your notch started. I mean, you can do the whole notch with the nail. I'd have to bring it out a little bit and extend it out a little, but that's really only about as far as I want to go in with this anyway. So Try to grab the punch. This is just a steel nail that I've flattened out the tip of it. Let's see if I can get one good pop out, because this is pretty steep in here. It'll be kind of hard to punch. So I'll try to get a pop out here, and then I'll start punching from this side. Got a little one. Let's see if I can get another one next to it. Yeah. That way I can start right here now. And this is kind of the same way. I'm going to try to get one here. Start down a little bit lower with this one. Okay. Get another one right there. That one almost wrapped around and took my barb off. Okay, so now got a good place to start punching. I'm going to back us out like that. I'm going to grab this. And this. I've got a couple different punches here. I've got a copper one, and then this is just a 16-penny nail that I hammered flat. I cut it off, shortened it up, hammered it out, and then I cut a little shelf in here. And these work really well. So you just set that shelf right on your platform and fire away. You want to try to keep these filed. You don't want them sharp, but you don't want it mushroomed, because when it starts mushrooming, that makes a bigger contact area that you're putting on there, and it'll sometimes take too much, too big a flake. So when I started doing this punching, I was whacking the heck out of the thing, and I kept breaking them, and I was hitting them with copper boppers and stuff, and I see guys do that, and they do okay with it, but it helps me to get an antler. I use this antler here, and it's just it's a little bit lighter weight, and that's the thing with this punch notch. And I found out that you want to start out with real light hits. You don't want to go cracking it real hard, because that can lead to bad things. But if you just, because it doesn't really hurt if you hit it and it don't go. You know, if you hit it lightly and it don't go, you just hit it a little bit harder. You know, as long as you're not putting all kind of radial cracks in it and stuff. But I don't think that really happens much with the punch notch, and maybe I'm wrong, but okay, here we go. I'll try to do this so you guys can see it. It's kind of hard to do. Look at that. Pop the ear right off of it. First whack. Oh, man. I'm still going to try to go with it. If nothing else, this will be a practice piece. But then again, awfully cool piece of rock. Oh man. Maybe I'll just make another Adina. I gotta do something else. That took off way too much of that barb. Yeah, I'm just gonna make another Adina. One of these days, I'm probably gonna show quite a few of my breaks on film, because you need to. I want to know. I want to see stuff break when I'm watching videos. It helps you know what not to do. Speaking of which, I'm not really sure exactly what happened there. I must have just had too big a bite. I probably should have took this flake down here first. It would have been safer. Take a small one down here and then turn and take this one. So, but we're just making a Adina out of it. Might be able to make a little Hardin out of it. Let me try to do that. Let's see if I can get this. Get some little extra mass hanging off that side. I'm going to get rid of that. That flake step because it hit my pad. Bringing this side up to match this side. Use this flattened out steel nail to try to get those notches to hook up in there a little bit. Oh, I don't know. It might work out in the end. Just shortening that base up, just kind of thinning it as I go so I don't end up with a big clunky base. Now I'll just go around and I'll finish shaping it. Maybe put a little bit of a bevel on it, clean it up, and we'll have ourselves a little Hardin point. Kinda. Sorta. Hopefully. Would you guys rather see copper or abo work on here on my channel? Let me know, because I am definitely getting ready to dive into the natural tools. But I can do a little more stuff on copper before I do that, if you would like. When you're working on the base, this goes for pretty much everything I do, all the different types. You want to finish, if you're using, if you're working on a stem, you do this, bevel this side down. You want to flip it and do the opposite side. So if this side's got a steep bevel on it, you want a thin bevel on here. It's just kind of like finishing your notches. You want to take your last C flake out on this side. Well, you want your last one on the other side to come out on this side. That'll keep everything in balance. It may not look balanced when you look straight at it and you're focusing on that particular characteristic, but once you're done, it really helps the point balance out. And they did that a lot, and the ancient man did that a lot. Okay, so this thing's not going to be the most balanced point in the world, but hopefully it won't look too awful bad. We'll give it a rounded tip. Let's see. Better quit while I'm ahead on that little spot. Just going through and kind of trying to straighten that edge up a little bit. Maybe I can get one right here without taking my ear off my barb. Yeah, not bad, not bad. It's a little bit thick right above the hafting area, but that is where this point type is thickest, is right in here. So it's not horrible that we've got a little bit of a thick spot right there. I don't want to lose any more size, or I bevel an edge up and try to get in there, but I don't. It's not that bad, and I don't. It doesn't really bother me, so I'm going to leave it. Let's see, I got to keep my bevel going right here. A little grind. I'm just trying to put a nice even bevel on this edge here. Okay. Got a little bit of work to do over here to get it right. I think Hardins are ground. Yeah, they're definitely ground. Most all that old stuff I think is ground. Early archaic stuff. At least around here it is. Okay, so we've got our final shape. I need to hook this ear out here a little bit. Okay. So what I'm going to do on this one now is take my horseshoe nail. I mean, it could be done right there. We could call it good. But I'm going to just laterally grind this edge. I'm not getting crazy, just a lateral grind. Make sure we got our final shape the way we want it. It's not bad. I'm going to take just a little bit from right there. All right. I don't know why it looks so off in the camera. Doesn't really look like it. That for me, just looking at it. I guess this ear here does cut up in there a little more than the other one. Let's see if I can fix that. I can just snag. Yeah. Yeah. I see what needs to happen here. Alright, I'm just nitpicking now. Okay, so I'm going to put one last little row of finish flakes on this edge with my horseshoe nail. Give it a little file. Give her edge one more little grind. So this is the time just to finish working on your contour. If there's any little high spots, when you do a lateral grind like that, it kind of turns all the heavier spots white. It leaves a little dust on there. So you can usually just come through and grab a hold of those. Kind of pop them right off there. I'm just going in this direction though, remember, because our left-hand bevel. So now I'll flip it over, do the same thing over here. There we go. Got one to jump up over that bump. Okay, there she is. Alright guys, I know this was a long one. If you stuck in there with me, I appreciate it. And like I said, let me know if there's something I can help you with. Thanks for watching, and thanks for subscribing to those who have. I really appreciate it. And I'll see you next time.